Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. It is exactly 8:54 a.m. News and views right here on Salam Media. And Alhamdulillah, as everyone knows or should know by now, we are all about humanitarian journalism and anything that anybody does to uplift the spirit and the lives of other people. We are on board with that as well. So that's what we're going to be talking about next on the show. It is an initiative called Diamonds in the Dusk. It is a non-profit and an amazing sister behind Diamonds in the Dusk. That is you, Sister Ayesha Hassen. Salaam alaikum. Welcome to the program.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Shukran jazilan for the opportunity. May Allah
Absolutely.
reward you.
Amin. Amin, Thumma Amin. I'll tell you why this jumped out at me and why I was very keen on chatting with you when I saw the literature on what Diamonds in the Dusk are all about. You talk about the purpose of your vision and mission, and I will allow you to go more in detail with that. Is you're talking about recycling, reusing and reducing. And that resonates with me in such a big way because for a very long time, we as consumers were very brand conscious and we always wanted more, rather than consuming or buying as we need, resulting in a lot of us being overloaded with a lot of stuff that we're never going to ever use, that we don't need, and it's just filling up our homes. And for me, that is such a shameful waste. That's my thoughts on your initiative, but perhaps it's much broader and wider than that. So, Assalamu alaikum to you and welcome. What is, in fact, your vision and your mission?
The vision is Kulu washrabu wala tasrabu. Eat and drink and do not waste. And spot on, Julie.
Alhamdulillah.
Spot on. I'm actually very emotional about this because it has been 9 years I'm volunteering to different organizations with orphanages, etc., and different NGOs. So the story comes from I've been one of those women. Also wastage. We waste every day in our homes, whether it is water, whether it is electricity. Don't even go by clothing because clothing, I was one of that. Allahu Akbar, clothing. The scarf must match with the shoe or the bag or the whatever. And it's a waste. I mean, everything Allah is going to question about us. And it is time now for us not to be the time wasters. I mean, when you sit and you do your dhikr or your tilawat, whatever, and you think and you keep on reading in the Quran, and you realize, yeah, Allah, I've wasted so much. Being in the corporate world, I've used to work for the South African Post Office as a sales representative. I've serviced all areas, subhanallah. And when it came to me, Judy, that you know what, I feel like my purpose is not being here. You have to work on targets. You have to work on, you're wasting time. You're trying to get closer to Allah. And it is now time where we see load shedding, where we see water shedding. But every area that you go to, whatever area it is, you see pollution, you see dirt. And I've been hands on working in areas. We're going to Nuclear, we're going to Bosman, we're going to Coronationville. All these areas, it breaks my heart that the next generation has to see toxic. And all we do is complain. We complain about the water. We complain about the electricity. We complain. We toxic complainers. Oh, Allah, help us to be better than what we are. And that
Alhamdulillah.
is so. The recycling is, I mean, you guys must come. Come and see what our exhibition, and together we're going to shine because the next generation is what matters.
Inshallah. So, how long have you started up Diamonds in the Dusk, and how different are you from other such organizations? But I've got my eye. I've really got my eye on the issue of the purpose of recycling, reducing, and reusing. I've also found that when you have these recyclers that work in our areas once a week, they come to collect all of our rubbish, which, alhamdulillah, they can eke out a living from that. Uh, you admire them for the hard work they do, and then they actually help us get rid of our junk, so to speak. But where do you fit into the picture? um, why did you start up, and how much of success are you gaining with Diamonds in the Dusk? Because the other thing I also need to say, Aisha, with respect to you and all other voluntary and charitable organizations, is it seems as if there's one popping up every second day on every second corner. you know, are we making a difference then? We all have really great intentions, but are we not duplicating? And are our efforts not being wasted?
Alhamdulillah, spot on. That's the answer what I need to give to you, and I'm glad you're asking that question. How many captains are there on the ship? There's only one captain on the ship, and I believe from coming from a abused background in many forms, leaving the corporate world from a salary of 25,000 rand a month, sucking up, what do you call it? Dirt of time, dirt of whatever. I'm one of that hands-on people. That's why I was passionate starting this organization while I was working at the South African Post Office in 2015. I went hands-on to this. You can't go to somebody and say, do this if you are not the example. You have to be practical. You have to go to people. You have to go to the children. They have to know who is the person making the initiative. And you have to know the ins and the outs. I'm working practically. This is my difference of being the diamond that I'm trying to be and encourage the youth, young ladies, old ladies, men. I'm currently working with men hands on. I use my own. From the time I've left the post office, Julie, I've contributed my own funds, whether it is petrol, whether it is what. And I believe, like the Khalifas, like the Sahabias, like our beloved Nabi Sallallahu went practically and helped the people. And that is me. That makes me different. And I don't believe in, here's your parcel for you, here's your food parcel. I'm a hands-on person, and this is the message that we're trying to give people. Work with the haq. Our Prophet Sallallahu did that. He gave an axe for you to go hunt. He gave you a rod to go fish. And that is what we're trying. That is our mission.
Okay, so what is your program all about? What is it that you collect? Is it cash? Is it goods in kind? And then how do you decide, how do you go about identifying the people that are going to use what you're going to pass on to them, that they don't discard it, that they do make good use of it, and Alhamdulillah, it uplifts their lives in some way?
Okay, that is why we're exhibiting all the practical items that are going to be there. It is, I haven't put on, I haven't yet exposed it to the extent what we're gonna be recycling. But it is all plastic bottles, it is all tons, it's everything that we waste. The same, like you mentioned, the guys that are coming to collect, it's those things that we're using to renew and to revive and reduce and reuse. It's practical items that we use in our homes, in our gardens, and all those beautiful stuff to make it shine again. It's just about reviving the earth and saving the earth, because what is the biggest challenge right now is the earth is toxically dying slowly, and we have to revive it. So this is what we're doing now. On the exhibition, it will be showcased, it will be broadcasted, even the clothing, Julie, practical things that, I mean, I've just mentioned. I used to wear a scarf. It must match the shoe. Everything will be exposed at our exhibition of how we can actually renew, reduce, and reuse. I mean, if you
Inshallah.
look at the whole
Okay.
world,
Inshallah. All
I'm
right.
passionate.
When and where is this happening? And I think you just need to broaden the issues around what more you are doing and how we in the community and surrounds can be assisting you. So let's first talk about the exhibition and the purpose of the exhibition.
The purpose of the exhibition is to get people skilled mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially. We need to create jobs for people. The people that I'm working with are skilled. skilled people, and we're trying to pass that on to the youth so that they can be self-reliant. That's the most important thing around right now. The exhibition will be taking place at Sulimanana Memorial Hall, which we've collaborated with them with the gardening. The next stage will be recycling. It will be held from 9 o'clock until 4:30 on Saturday, the 29th of October. So the address is 65 Foyle Avenue, Crosby, inshallah. Amin. And we welcome
What
everybody because there's going to be a drawing competition for all the beautiful kiddies out there. They're going to have fun. And it's about, again, exposing creativity. It's about creating, drawing on trees. It's going to be fun.
Okay, I see you. Obviously, it's an indoor flea market, and there's going to be something for everyone. But what is your key message going to be? Um, People listening to us and watching us this morning, who feel, well, I want to be a part of that organization, or I want to make a contribution, but I'm not quite sure yet what it is and how I could be useful. How do you respond to that?
Our skilled workers has been also voluntary doing this together with myself. So yes, we are going to need contributions by means of recycling and by means of donations. That's why we're welcoming everybody to come on to become a member also for the future together to help the kids getting skilled with our skilled workers so that we can all go out there into the areas. Our volunteers, Julie, are brilliant. They are young volunteers who are excited about helping the next generation, which are important because they are the future leaders. We need to educate them. We need to nurture them. And that is what it's all about. We have a responsibility. So our skilled workers are waiting for that to happen. And any help, Julie, will be really appreciated from Diamonds in the Dust because we're going out there with a bang and we're gonna shine together. All the vendors are on board because it's also about us working together. Each of these home industries are really, wallahi, they're brilliant diamonds and they're all trying to make a difference. So again, once again, together we can shine from dust, from all the struggles, and shine together by using the God-given talents that Allah has given us, the limbs that Allah has given us. Let's use it for the right purpose that it was meant to be, to shine together.
Okay,
Inshallah.
we've got about a minute or two to wrap up time. In fact, I'm overrunning here with time, but I need to ask these one or two very important questions. You keep referring to skilled workers. Who are they? What are their skills like? Where do they work from? And what do these skilled workers produce? So I'm listening to you. I want to make a meaningful difference, but I'm not quite sure what it is that I can contribute. What is it? Do you want my do you want my plastic bottles? Do you want my old clothing? Do you want other bits and bobs from me, which every household has? Screws, disused, perhaps crockery, cutlery, linen. What exactly are we talking about here?
Julie, exactly what you're saying, clothing. We need, because there is going to be bags that we make also from. So, clothing, bags, your duvets, or everything that is linen also, because it is going to be used in different forms of different products. And that is our recycling. When it comes to the bottles, those items are for the kiddies. It's mostly for toys and for the gardening where we can revive, plant our seeds inside its bottles, its tins, its glue, it's what do you call this cardboard? It's a whole lot list of things. The skilled workers are guys that practically does this and earn an income from there to survive and pay for their utilities and whatever. Alhamdulillah.
So, where are they housed? Because for someone like myself, I'm very inquisitive. I like to go and see people at work and see what they're doing with all of this stuff. So, where are they working from? And I think this would also be interesting for other people to see and just motivate people to then give off their stuff. Where do they work from and who oversees them?
Okay. As the founder, as the person that was the initiator of this, I got out and scoop out the talent, practically hands on, like I said. So they work from home, Julie. Alhamdulillah, they work from home, and
From their own homes. From
from
their
their
own homes.
gee,
Okay.
yeah, they
So you
work on
supply the materials and any other stuff that they may need. And I
Alhamdulillah.
presume you give them a deadline. And
Gee,
once the stuff is whatever it is that they were meant to produce from those materials, you would pay them perhaps a stipend.
the
And then
correct.
where do you on sell the stuff that they have produced?
Okay, right. Currently now, this is like I said, it's our first exhibition, exhibition one. All the material will be going to be, it will be stored at SMMT for now, just the same with the gardening. And from there, we actually start distributing it, in other words. So it's all from SMMT until we get our own place, because the vision is to get Diamonds in the Dust, our own center. And that is what the donations we need right now.
What is SMNT?
SNMT, oh sorry, the abbreviation, Sulimanana Memorial Hall.
Ah, okay, okay, there you go. That's where we have to leave it. Really wonderful talking with you this morning. I'll try and pop in next week, a Saturday, inshallah. I'll try my very best
I
to
mean,
pop in
please
because
do.
I'd like to engage with you more on this initiative and perhaps see how we can further help. But shukran very much. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of your efforts and may you grow from strength to strength, inshallah.
Jazakallah for being the diamond and for giving us the opportunity. May Salam Media grow from strength to strength, inshallah.
Ameen.
Okay.
Lovely talking
Shukran.
to you. Ayesha Hassen talking to us about the initiative Diamonds in the Dusk. We'll be joined in a minute by our news correspondent. That, of course, is Zaid Jadwit standing by with the news bulletin of the day.